Hi, this is Dave Alhoff from the Craig Sewing Show. I want to thank you folks for taking a step to get my financial kit and taking a step, hopefully, to making decisions based upon having knowledge that's available out there for you to look over, and think a layer deeper about your money. Now, I'm a registered principal from Independent Financial Group and Financial Designs Limited. We provide advisory services through both those entities, and there are no guarantees, but we believe that following the procedures that I'm going to go over are going to put you in a better position than doing what you're doing today. And in addition to advisory services, I also provide securities through Independent Financial Group. So, what I want to do now is kind of introduce you to the kit. You received the kit, and it came in like four separate um, attachments, one of them being the Personal Finance and Wealth Creation booklet, a questionnaire, what keeps you up at night, another questionnaire, and a cash flow calculator. Uh, the per- Personal Finance and Wealth Creation booklet is designed to kind of get you to think and layer deeper of getting your information, your micro decisions you made many years ago, or uh, not you did them one at a time instead of coordinating, integrating on a model that we can analyze and see if there's a better way for us to go forward into the future. The questionnaire, page 2, shows you documents. If I had those documents in a shoebox in front of me, I can get the information that I need to put your information on the model. If you don't want to provide the documents, then there is a questionnaire for you to go through the documents and put the information on the questionnaire, or we can do it together. What keeps you up at night? That's to get you to think about things that maybe you haven't thought about, or maybe you are thinking about them, laying awake at night and worrying about it. Maybe you sleep fine, but these are still concerns of yours. And we can address those issues. The cash flow calculator, you've got fixed expenses every month, you got variable expenses. It breaks it down into those categories, and we can help you analyze what your cash flow situation looks like. So, folks, what I want to do is that I want to first go over my software is called Wealth in Motion. It's part of the LEAP system. The LEAP stands for Lifetime Economic Acceleration Process. I discovered this process about 17 years ago, and since then I've been armed with a system that tells the truth about how money works. And when I have this system, uh, it does exactly what it verifiable system that is it better for you or not, and that's what we need. We need something that's proven that it's going to be an economic benefit for you. And what I promise to do for people, and uh, I'm not always able to do this, but most of the time I'm able to show people how to increase their money, increase their benefits, reduce or keep the same risk, and do so with no additional out-of-pocket costs. And that's the way I work. There's no obligation for you to purchase anything. There's no fees, because if you pay a fee and you continue to pay a fee, that is a transfer of wealth from you. And many people are paying fees out there and they don't even know it. That's what this system helps us find are the fees, the hidden fees in there. And if we can recapture them, put them to work for you, you're going to increase your money, increase your benefits, and do so with no additional out of pocket costs. So I want to go through this LEAP system tutorial with you right now. You'll see that the model is broken up into three components: protections, savings, and growth. By having it on the model, we take your financial decisions, instead of making them one at a time in an isolated manner, is that we base it on organized, coordinated, integrated model. Having a model, your assets and financial decisions can be coordinated, integrated based on facts, designed beyond needs, designed beyond goals. Once you meet a need or meet a goal, there's usually another one right behind it. By having it on a model, it's much more easily for you to implement strategies to put it to work for you. It's organized, and it's also more accessible for you. In fact, I'm going to show you later on how it looks to have your data on one page seeing everything you're doing. You'll notice that this model is protection, savings, and growth, and it's set up in a certain way in that the first row you'll see that it's single dimensional, protecting assets only. Your auto, your homeowners, your general liability. You're only protecting assets. The second row here is asset and income protectors, disability, having income in place if you were disabled and are able to earn it, medical insurance, taking care of the medical costs, Social Security. The third row is three-dimensional. Assets, income, and life are protected. Wills and documents do that. Trusts and ownerships arrangements do that, and life insurance, of course. In the savings component, we're more concerned about safety in the first row, safety and yield in the second row, safety, yield, and tax in the third row. So as you can see, as we go down through here in what we call savings and growth is that we're single dimensional in the first row, two-dimensional second row, and three-dimensional in this third row. So if we were to take a look at this, then you'll see as we go down and to the right, things work a little bit harder for it, but also things are usually less liquid, and also there may be some increased risk. So first thing I do is I take your information either from the questionnaire or from the shoebox of statements or folders that you have available. I plot it on the model, and then I open each one of those drawers that are working and analyze it. This is a discovery process, folks. And I can tell you that 90% of the time when I go through this discovery process, I find where the protection isn't what it should be. The costs sometimes are too high. We can eliminate. I always find errors and omissions because a lot of times people haven't looked at these documents for 10, 15 years. We attempt to find things a way to increase yield, reduce taxes, protect your assets, and eventually reduce taxes when they're passed on to your family. What happens here, folks, is you have new money that's going into your model. Call that new money into premiums, into savings, into mortgages, into investments. And if you already have some money there, it's called old money. And when we combine the two, we call it coordination money. Now you're starting to see movement in the model. This is what we like to see. We like to see money in motion. We like to see wealth in motion. That creates a velocity factor. And this is one of the concepts that we work through analyzing your information and see if we can't get more money in motion, creating more money for you, more benefits, and the same or reduced risk, and no additional out-of-pocket costs. Now, there are no guarantees that I can do that, but this model will verify whether or not I can do that. And there's no obligation for you. If I can't increase your money, if I can't increase your benefits or reduce your risk or keep it the same, then why would you want to hire someone that can't do those things? That's the way I would go about it. So there are no obligations. So you can see here we got the wealth in motion. The problem is with most people out there, after debt and expenses, they can't find any new money for their investments. And that's what I do, working with you on a macro basis, looking at the cash flow design, help you find a way to shrink debt and expenses and increase new money into the model to use toward building wealth, security, and protection. The fact is this, folks, is that you have wealth transfers that are taking place every day, and many of them are unknown. And once you find out what they are, they may be unnecessary. And if it's unnecessary, we can recapture it and put it to work for you and determine where is that money best to be added on your model. So that's how I'm going to go about this analysis. The next module I'm going to send to you is what I call the strategic allocation model. That's going to teach you to think a little bit layer deeper, and it's one of the solutions that I provide that provides you multiple solutions to problems you may have. So thanks again for requesting the model, and I look forward to working with your information on the data.